let's get this day started. All right, everyone, welcome to Taste of Freedom. That's what we're all about here, getting outside and get your own little taste of freedom. If you haven't, like, subscribe, share, jump up and down. Don't wear women's underwear unless you're supposed to. And give me a like, a share, and a follow, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. It means the world to me, and it helps get my stuff a little bit noticed, right? Got my trusty duck here. The purpose of today's video is I have something installed in the Jeep, but it didn't work due to the power seat. So I've got the ARB dual compressor already underneath the seat. But what I ran into, obviously because I got rid of my Betty White, got this Gladiator, loving it so far, by the way. This one come with power seats, right? So get it all installed, super simple, super quick, and go to put the seat on, bolt it all down, and it worked great. Got the seat about halfway in, and it was hitting underneath there, and I'll try to take a little video beforehand where you can see where it's hitting, right? So I was like, well, maybe there's some spacers online to elevate the seat up, because that's really all it needed. It was working great. Everything fit just the same way as it did on the old one. That being said, I couldn't really find much, and I was hesitant about the ones that I did find. So I reached out to Kraken or Epic Adventure Outfitters. So I reached out to Epic and, jabbered with them a little bit, or jabbered a little bit with them, and come up with a solution that they were in the process of building these adapter plates to sell. I don't think you can buy just the adapter plates on their website yet to convert it over to the power seats. But they were gracious enough, and because they were still developing them, they sent me one. And again, I bought it the first time. Luckily, it still fell under warranty, and they were they were phenomenal, right, to work with. They sent me all the stuff that I needed. I did break the seal because I'm just like a schoolgirl, right, with new stuff. So I did break the seal in there, but I left everything in the packaging the way it was. I just had to finger F it, right? So that being said, let's get another drink. And that being said, we're going to open it up, see what all is included in the box, and get this installed. First things first, we got to get rid of the duck and put it up here on the hood over the bam. I just ducked myself. All right, so what we got here is the Kraken Epic Adventure plate. Let's throw that bad boy right there. All right, so again, I already opened it like I told you. We're gonna pop that bad boy open. I just threw some duct tape on there, so wouldn't pop the duck off, All right, so what we got here is a cool little bag. Has your looks like new splitters in there. It's got some more zip ties and a wiring pin, but I already have all of that stuff installed, but we'll swap it right over. Oh, it comes with some 3/8 stoppers, so that's cool. All right, so we got that. We got tons and tons of bubble wrap, right? I mean, like bubble wrap galore. So what I'm gonna do to help alleviate some mess is go stick this off to the side. Temporarily put it on my trailer, right? So, and then my old one did not have, because I bought it before they had the kick plate on there, and I didn't realize they sold it separately. So we got a kick plate. I'm losing my ducks here. So I got a kick plate. Let's go put this bad boy up before it gets damaged. Put it on the bubble wrap so it nest. All right, so this is the kick plate. I am actually really glad that I got this and got it included, because the other one, I was constantly kicking that black little plate off. I'm assuming it's a filter. It's got like a ceramic disc behind it, but my kid was constantly kicking it off when he was riding in the back seat, and I was worried about damaging it. So I am so grateful for this, and I'm going to give you all an extra added bonus with what we're going to do later. I've already got it installed, but it's going to fit in here perfectly, and it is going to look sharp. So stay tuned for the end of what we're going to do and how that's going to look, right? So got the awesome kick plate. Got some more hose here. Well, got a whole nother plate for the passenger side they included for me on the system there. And they included this cool, like I said, I haven't taken anything out. They included this really cool plate with an extra added hose, which is cool because I definitely need that. But they've included this whole new plate right here with a multitude of different mounting solutions, right? So they've got it pre-drilled depending on whether you've got powered seats or non-powered seats. So let me get my phone out because I don't want to lie to you, but I think manual seats, they have it showing going this way. So manual seats are up here, and power seats are back here. So this side back here is for powered seats. So what I'm going to do, bear with me. So what I'm going to do, since this is going on the bottom, I'm not going to see it, right? I'm going to keep myself from getting confused. And again, I got it just right here on my phone, scrolling through it. Meaning this right here goes power seats with or without PCU kit. So power seats here and here. And put a little on there so I know. So that's what I did. I just wrote on there powered seats because that should match exactly with the instructions. I don't know if you can see on my phone there. I'm trying to see and look at it. But it shows this part going on the left side up, and the last two rows or first two rows is for power seats. All right. So we got that. So you're going to need a few tools. Now I think I know you can use a socket because that's what I've used the first time. I think it's like a 10 millimeter socket you can use to pull off the seats, but I highly just recommend not doing it because it's not as good of a bite on those bolts. So I picked up this Cobalt set at Lowe's. I think it's like $36. Yeah, because I think it was $38 after tax. Woo, I got a sticker, right? So I picked that up and I tested it, and I believe it is a E10, an E10 bit. It's like a socket, a reverse star bit, right? I highly recommend getting it. And in this parts bag, I know I didn't go over it, but in this parts bag, besides the awesome freaking sticker, is going to be new bolts and washers. And I'll show you where the washers go, but obviously the washers and the bolts are longer. They go on the back seat with the washer, and they've included those. And that is going to be an 8. Yep, an 8 is what I got here. So that is going to be a hex head 8. So, all right. Let's go get a couple power tools and get this project going. All right. Let's see here. So we got to break these bad boys loose. There's one. All right, since I used a socket I know on the last one, this time I did it, let's see if it's this next one. I can't remember what size it is. All right, so this one's a 10, so I was right. So I'm going to try that one because I'm pretty sure that's how I got it off last time. Yep, okay. So what I had to do last time, because where it sits, I had to use a 10, which I used on all of them anyway, but that's what I did. I used a 10. Now I can use this to pop that one out. And that will pull that one out. So we got boom, bada bing, bada boom. Those will go in my cup holder. Okay, now let's move the seat forward. All right, so we'll put that there because I like to break these bad boys loose. The solder wrench first. It probably will do it, but we'll see. Maybe not. That socket wrench doesn't have a lot of torque, but it works. It has more torque going down than it does coming back out. All right. Okay. Take that, put it in the cup holder. Actually, we won't be using those probably, but well, not probably, but we won't be. Okay, that goes in there. Let's lower that seat back. There we go. All right. All right, so you see the air compressor here. You see how easy all that stuff is now just to come right out. I don't recommend pulling and unplugging any factory hardware, even to your seats without your ground being disconnected. So I'm not going to do that. Ooh, I need to tape that wire up right there. That doesn't look good. Okay, so that's something I got to fix, probably from the seat. So I don't feel, I'm not going to remove my ground because I don't want to mess with any of my settings on my vehicle. Don't really have to. So what I'm going to do here is, you can remove this little pin here. That will give you a little extra, maybe room on your car, but it doesn't really. Okay. So I'll just leave that for now. Again, don't unplug anything because it can affect your factory airbags and throw codes and all sorts of stuff. So unless you have your ground removed, don't remove it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to unplug this. I've got the 4-pin or 6-pin, whatever it is, right here coming through. And the way I wired it is it comes up through the drain plug. Right there, you see the drain plug. I wrapped it in a extra electrical tape right there on the sharp part, and it's got a nice plastic sheath that goes around it, and that goes underneath the vehicle up to your battery compartment. So, and then I ran it underneath the carpet and ran it to right here. So what I'll do now is I will remove this. It's hard to do one-handed, but I will remove that, okay? And then remove this passenger side, or correction, this driver side air chuck, or air hose. So I remove that. Okay, that's the driver side. That goes there. All right, now it is free to move about the cabin. And I just pull this bad boy out just like so. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a couple different things. We're going to fix this red wire if I can. I'm either going to heat shrink it or tape it. Prefer to heat shrink, and then we're going to remove it from the board, right? So, all right, that is our goal here. So let's go. All right, so we got that. Let's see if I can pull this apart. Flathead. All right, so we got that. There it goes. Whew. Got it. It's this little thing I had to push in. Let's try my hardest not to damage this thing any more than it already was. Okay. I really didn't want to have to electrical tape it. It should work. for a red, but I'm out of red, so. I'm going to throw a little tape over the black, but it's not punctured, but I just want to strengthen it a little bit, and then I'm going to throw some felt tape over that one, and then I'm going to inspect the other ones. They look good. So I got some felt tape here. I'll tape that up a little bit, make it look a little more presentable. Probably a 10mm. Probably. Or how to get to 10 mil just in case it was that. And I was right. All right. So we got one. And hardware. And 4. All right, so we're gonna throw that there. Okay. Now my plate comes right off. Okay. I don't like dirt, or not dirt, but I don't like, if I'm gonna tear things apart, I'm gonna make sure I clean it before I put it back on, because I like things as clean as they can be. All right. You can see how clean this is, and I've had this since, well, how nice the condition it still is. I've had this since 2022. I think I put it on, I installed it October 2022, and now it's December 26 or 25. So I've had this for quite a few years. And big fan of taking care of it. You can see how, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see how clean all that is in there. Fan's actually pretty clean. So moves pretty smoothly. So now that we've got that, okay, so that's there. I'm gonna need my switch, which it should just pop in both. These little tabs should just pop it right out. There it goes. Definitely make the switch that goes in here. This ARB switch is definitely works really well. Okay. So the old one versus the new one. So you can kind of get an idea. I don't know what's all on it. I gotta clean that. Something got on it. So, well, this looks, other than holes, it looks like it's all identical. So the old one versus the new one, you can kind of see like it is pretty much identical. So their only thing is they've added another layer of holes. So let's put this bad boy, let's flip it over. And that will go here because I got power seats here. So that should go just like so. And I got a lot of holes there, but I really only need 4. One, 2, so that's where this goes. So let's take these screws back off. This is why I didn't tighten it down too much. So that goes there. I want, because it shows it going under it, so which in theory raises it up a tad, but not much. Hopefully the seat the spacer will do what it needs to do. Oh, too far. I like to tighten these down by hand. You can use an impact, but you don't want to go really tight. And I like to feel on these how things shift. That one I didn't tighten down too tight by hand. So that way I can mess with it and see if I like the way that looks. How straight that is. I think it's a little off, but I don't think by much. That looks fairly straight. It's close enough. For government work, nothing I can't notice. All right, so let's tighten this bad boy up. And I'll show you why I left a little bit of a gap, because I think it's going to turn out pretty nice. Okay, so we got that. Literally, it takes no time for that. This and that stays there. This comes all the way back up here and gets plugged into here where it's supposed to. Then we put this back on. Again, I put it to the left so that way you release the Kraken. All right, turn that on, plug that in, and this gets plugged back up here, just like so. Let's move that. I'm sure you don't care about it. So make sure all my wires are good and connected. So now it is pretty much ready to go right back under the seat. And boy, look at that kick plate. Doesn't this look good? If you can really see it or not. But that really makes it look good. All right, let's put it back underneath there. All right, let's get this bad boy in here. So this needs to go, this dirt needs to go for one. This can take its pretty little self right down in here. And then hook this bad boy up. So that can go through the yellow brick road. I want that to go this way, and I want it to go up and around. Maybe. But it won't, will it? Nope, it wants to be a booger butt. Okay, it can be a booger butt. We will try to work with it somehow. It'll go like that. Okay, that's all the way in. It really needed to be more 90, but we'll see how that works. Okay, find a place for these, and I still got tape on them, and one of them I would like, will it fit if I can get some extra line here. Okay, there's that one, which I think that'll make it look pretty good. Okay, shove this thing back up in here. Okay, I can go back like so. All right, so I put the washer in there underneath the, here I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I got the spacer, sticking it in between, and then my new bolt. Making sure I get it in the hole and get it in right. Okay, so that one's in. So now do this to this one. Okay, that one's in. Because I don't want to over tighten it because I want to be able to adjust the front. So I'm doing these by hand just until they get to a certain tightness so I can scoot the seat back. Okay, so there's those.
Well, you know how the front seats go in, so we're going to skip that part and go on to the next stage.
All right, so you saw where it went down through the fender well, or correction, the floorboard of the Jeep, right, to the passenger side, goes underneath the mat, goes down through the drain hole. So you come up underneath the Jeep, and you'll see right here that plastic sheathing. It's zip tied, but it's that's where it goes straight up underneath the seat. There, it comes down around, follows the factory wiring harness there. Follows the factory wiring harness there. Goes up and around again the frame, and I don't know if you can see it there. You'll see right in there. Hopefully you can see it. There's the sheathing. It goes straight up over the fender well, the plastic fender well, and into where the battery tray compartment is and up. So there's just enough wire for that. There is no real service loop. I'll show you what it looks like under the hood. Sorry for the messy engine, but in the messy wiring, I'm going to redo the wiring. But you can see I got it going straight to the power and ground. Just, I mean, it's that simple. There is no nothing major that you have to do. It's pretty straightforward. Just giving it power and giving it ground. I don't ever have any battery drainage, and I don't have any issues at all. Like I said, I've had it for a little over a little over 3 years. So again, no issues at all. In closing, check out the awesome edition as far as the lighting that I did for underneath the seats. So what I did is I ended up going to a bin store, God knows when, probably a year ago, and found for like $12 a full complete kit that was designed for lighting a motorcycle. So there's several companies that sell it that you can put underneath your seats, but like I think Dirt Road Cred sells one that's for underneath the dash and underneath the seat. Well, this was, I think, a 15 or 18 piece LED strips that goes all over the motorcycle, different lengths. Some were probably about 12 inches, some were 6 inches, but there was a lot of them. And so I ended up using that for like I said, I think $15, less than $20 that I found at a bin store versus $300 what you find online. And wired it in myself and put it underneath the dash on the driver's side, one or two underneath the driver's side and passenger side, went down, put two on each side underneath the seat, and then I got about 3 or 4 underneath the back seat on each side, right? So tons of light that goes underneath it. You can control, unlike some of the other ones, you can actually that are single color. This one you can change it to it's RGB, so you can change it any color you want, and I think it even has a music mode or whatever. So I did that, put that underneath the passenger seat, taped it to and they come with 3M tape, so I adhered it to the Kraken mount. So I'm as soon as it gets dark, I'm going to record that, see how it looks. And I think it's going to look cool, glowing red and behind the underneath that Kraken logo that's there. So the kick plate. So I think that's going to look really sharp. But again, try to do some of this stuff on your own. Saves you money, so you can do more mods. And as you've seen, literally, it I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's 1:24. I think I started this at noon, and taking time out to do that fix that I did, and moving my cameras around and doing multiple takes, because I just like to goof off. It's an hour and a half is what it's taken me to do this, and I'm just milking it. So I know I didn't run the wires, but running that wires down from underneath the hood and connecting and all that stuff takes 15 minutes. Save yourself $200, not having to pay a shop to do it. Now, if you're not comfortable with it, or if you don't have the tools, I get it. Make sure it's done right. You don't want to half-a it. So just get in there. And even if you want to watch some YouTube videos, pick some reputable sources, be a YouTube mechanic or electrical, because all you really have to do is attach to the powers and attach the grounds. Use good quality connectors. Heat shrink connectors is what I used. And again, it literally takes 0 time to do it. And make sure all your wires, they don't shake, because the more they vibrate, the more they can wear and rub raw. So you want to make sure everything's solid, and just get and learn something new, right? So that being said, thank you so much for watching. This Kraken setup is phenomenal. Just a big shout out to those guys over there. I have one last thing that I have to do, which, if I can find it. I have one last thing to do. Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure this was the first sticker that I put on my last Jeep. So this one will be going again on the Jeep. I'm not sure where I want to put it, but I'm probably going to put it on the back glass because it looks pretty sick, right? It's either going to go on the back glass, yeah, because I might put some graphics on this Jeep, so I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to put this bad boy on because it is official. And again, it was my first first mod that I did on my last Jeep. So other than 2.5-inch lift and wheels and tires. So again, go out there, like my motto says, go out there and just get your own little taste of freedom. Take your family out if you've got one, and even if it's just for a day trip, go out, explore, and just unplug and get away from all this stuff that I call life. So again, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day, and till next time.